Well, hello everyone. This is Cass Terry. Cass Terry, quiet Cass. How are all of you guys? The class of 58 from Roosevelt High School. 55 years ago. That's a long time, folks. I'm just a tad bit over 55. If you believe that. A tad means a lot. So, it's hard for me to, it's been so long, it's hard for me to basically catch up with everyone on this little video I'm doing. But I want to, first of all, wish all of you very well and have a great reunion, 55th reunion. I honestly wish I was there. I wouldn't even, be making this video if it wasn't for George Goodman. I was working on LinkedIn, which is like a Facebook for business people, and I was filling in all the stuff, my picture and bio and etc., etc. And I sent it off, and guess what? About an hour later, I get this email from this. It says, George. I said, George Goodman. This is Cass, how I haven't seen you in 55 years. That's how it started out. Well, I think that was yesterday. Throughout the day, we talked, where we emailed about, 6 or 7, 8 times maybe. He is up north in his Mackinac Island place. I know he has a winter place in Arizona also, with his beautiful wife. And he was emailing me. I was like, dude, where did you come from? That's been a long time. Really? 55 years. That's over half a century. That's a long time. Well, we're all old now, I guess, aren't we? See all this gray hair? Gray beard? But I'm so glad that he made contact with me, because it brought me around to something. Well, it brought my attention to something that I should have paid attention to a long time ago. My wife, Sue, now my ex-wife, by the way, after 45 years and 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and I just kept moving on. They followed me in my career. That's what I was doing through all those years, building my career. And if you watch the video called Doctor, 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 basically this is a prequel, or should precede that video. But, I actually even lived in, we lived in Ann Arbor for a period of time. And the only person I ever saw since graduation in 58 was Fred Thomas. And I remember him very well. I remember his garage and his father and his mom and his brother. And, all kinds of people. Bob Kidd and other people. But Fred came over to see me because I was a professor at Michigan, and I was at the VA hospital on that day. So he came over to the little office I had there, and we had a great talk. And I think he lives somewhere in Arizona or out west somewhere. I think, I can't remember exactly where. But that's the only contact I've had with anybody from our class, and I sincerely and truly apologize for that, guys and gals. I really do. I should say it was not intentional, but it was. My wife is like good at these things. She remembers everybody's birthday and sends cards to them and follows up on everything. Not me. And I was an only child. As it turns out, so was George Goodman. I forgot that. And of course, selfish, and just didn't keep track of those things. Well, first of all, because my wife always did it, so I was enabled in being able to not do those things. Well, now I have to do them all myself because I only have 2 dogs that I lived with, 2 little English setters, and they can't write cards and make phone calls and follow up on birthdays and celebrate different things. So now it's up to me, and I must say I haven't done a good job. Actually, I've done a terrible job. So that's me. I actually live in Rock Island, Illinois. My son lives here. My son's name is Sean, S-E-A-N, and his wife's name is Annette, and they have one beautiful granddaughter. My granddaughter. Her name is Anna Zella. Zella was my mom's name, for those of you who may remember her from Ypsilanti. And my daughter, her name is Kristen. She's 3 years older than Sean, K-R-I-S-T-I. And she's married and lives in Chicago. She's a pharmacist, and she manages a Walgreens store real close to Wrigley Stadium. So they live in the culture, it's multilingual culture, and they love it there. And the school and the education and the cultural diversity are fantastic, and they love it. So I have 4 grandchildren, and my 2 beautiful children, of course, they're adults now, and so my son thought I should come down here after the divorce, and so his church group hired 2 U-Haul trucks, drove to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I was living for almost 20 years in the same house, and came. I don't know what favors they owed him, but they all were in those trucks, and they packed up, and they came and picked me up in Milwaukee, unloaded my house onto the trucks, and then that was in the morning, and by the evening, believe it or not, I was in Rock Island, Illinois. It's not my favorite spot, but that's the way it is. It's like Mayberry, if you remember the Andy Griffith show. That's this place reminds me of in some ways, certain aspects anyway. So I'm here. It happened overnight, basically, and then they unloaded me the next day, and here I am. 2 years ago, about 25 months ago. I still haven't unpacked everything yet, and I probably never will. Now I have to plot my next activity somewhere, and I'm looking toward Panama or Ecuador. Now my son and his wife are very upset at me for even considering that, seeing I would be leaving the grandchildren, and I don't know, maybe it's another selfish act that I shouldn't be doing. But anyway, that's the way it is, and that's where I am right now, where I live in the Quad Cities, which is Rock Island, Moline, Illinois, and across the Mississippi is Davenport, Iowa, and a little town called Bettendorf. So thus the Quad Cities, the 4 cities that sort of encircle that particular segment of the Mississippi River there. And I used to live in Memphis too, right on the Mississippi. So maybe I should go to Egypt. I'm not sure. If you get that connection, the Nile, and Memphis is a city, and in Egypt. So I'm done. I'm going to quit talking. I'm not Quiet Cass anymore. I'm Chatty Cass, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me and seeing me, hearing about me, and I hope to see you all in person about a year from now at the next reunion. God bless all of you, and take care. And George knows how to reach me, or actually I updated everything in the roster. So please feel free to call me, to email me, Facebook me, whatever, LinkedIn me. I'm connected in so many technological ways. It's unbelievable. But I'm available, and in more ways than one. And so take care and have a great life.